Hello, dear learners, and welcome back to English Flow. I'm Kim, and I'm really happy you're here. Here's something interesting. Greetings are usually one of the very first things English learners study, and yet even advanced learners often feel unsure about them. Why? Because there isn't just one way to say hello in English. There are dozens, and choosing the right one for the right person in the right situation is what makes you sound truly natural. So today, we're going deep. By the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to greet anyone, a stranger, a colleague, a close friend, in a way that sounds completely natural, whether the situation is formal or casual. And we'll also cover what happens after the greeting, because in English, a greeting is rarely just one word. It's usually the beginning of a tiny conversation. Let's get into it. Let's start with the simplest greetings, the ones you say the moment you see someone. Hello is the most formal and universal option. It works almost everywhere, with anyone. You can also say, hello there, or, in a more cheerful, repeated way, hello, hello. Hi is slightly less formal than hello, but still very safe and widely used. Hi there works the same way. Then we move into more casual territory. Hey is relaxed and friendly, the kind of greeting you'd use with people you know. Hey there softens it a little, and hey adds a playful, energetic tone. You'll also hear hey man between friends and hey girl, which is used specifically when greeting a woman you know well. It has a warm, familiar feel to it. Time-based greetings are also very common, and they have both formal and informal versions. Good morning is the formal version, and informally, people often just say morning. The same pattern applies to good afternoon, which becomes simply afternoon, and good evening, which becomes evening. There's also good day, which is quite formal and honestly used fairly rarely these days. You might hear it in very polished or old-fashioned settings. And then there are the more colorful ones. Howdy has that classic cowboy American Southern feel to it. It's fun and friendly, though not something you'd use in a business meeting. And yo is pure slang, casual, cool, and used mostly among younger people or close friends. Now here's a simple but important rule. The answer to almost any of these simple greetings is just another greeting. If someone says hi, you can simply say hi back. If someone says hey, you can say hey back. It's not complicated. You're not expected to give a long response to a one-word greeting. You can also add the person's name at the end to make it warmer and more personal. Hi, Sarah. Hello there, Zoe. This small addition makes a greeting feel much more genuine and direct. Now, here's where it gets more interesting, because a greeting in English is almost never just one word. After that first hello, native speakers usually follow up with a question. This is what turns a simple greeting into a real, natural exchange. One of the most common follow-up questions is, how's it going? You might also hear the more casual, even grammatically informal version, how goes it? Possible answers include good, pretty good, not too bad, or it's going good. And yes, technically, well is the grammatically correct word here, but in everyday spoken English, people overwhelmingly say good instead of well. That's just how natural speech works. Other common questions after a greeting include, how are you? How are you today? How are you doing? And how are you doing today? These all mean basically the same thing, just with slightly different rhythms. Typical answers are, I'm fine, good, I'm good, pretty good, or I'm doing great. In more casual settings, especially between friends, you'll hear different expressions entirely. Hey man, what's up? Hey there. What's going on? Hey, what's happening? These are all casual ways of asking how someone is doing. And the typical responses are short and relaxed. Not much, or not a whole lot. There are also slightly more polished but still friendly versions. Hey there, how are things? Hello, hello, how's everything? And here's an interesting cultural note. In many formal or polite situations, the expected answer is things are great, even if things genuinely aren't great. This is simply part of the social ritual of small talk, not necessarily a literal report on your life. Now, a really useful shortcut. When someone asks how you are, and you want to ask them the same thing back, you don't need to repeat the whole question. You can simply say, you? For example, hey, what's up? Not much. You? Short, natural, and exactly how native speakers actually talk. Let's move to a different situation now. Meeting someone for the very first time. In this case, you'll hear phrases like, nice to meet you, or good to meet you. These are used specifically the first time you're introduced to someone, not for people you already know. Now compare that to nice to see you or good to see you. These are used when you already know someone and you're happy to see them again. The difference is subtle but important. Meet is for new people. See is for people you already know. And if you haven't seen someone in a long time, English has some wonderful expressions for that. Long time no see is casual and very common. It's been a while expresses the same idea, just slightly differently. You might also hear, hey, how you doin', which is a very informal, almost playful greeting popularized in casual American English. Other natural ways to ask about someone after time apart include, how have you been? Or informally, how you been? Also, how have you been doing? And simply, how is life? A friendly, open-ended way of asking what's new. There's also a whole category of yes or no questions you'll hear in greetings. Everything okay? Everything all right? All good? You doing okay? You doing all right? These are quick, caring check-ins, and they usually expect a quick yes or a quick explanation if something is wrong. And finally, there's a group of broader open questions that invite a bit more conversation. How's your day? How's your day going? What have you been up to? What's new? What's going on? What's happening? And the very casual what's up, sometimes written and even pronounced as what up in extremely relaxed speech. Typical answers to these include not much or same old, meaning nothing has really changed. There's also a less common phrase, what's the word, which essentially means, what's the latest news? You won't hear it constantly, but it's good to recognize if someone says it to you. So here's the big picture. English greetings exist on a spectrum, from very formal, like good day or good evening, all the way to very casual, like yo or hey man. And almost every greeting opens the door to a small, natural follow-up question. Once you get comfortable with this rhythm, greeting, then question, then short answer, then maybe you'll start to sound remarkably natural in everyday English conversations. Now let's hear how all of this actually sounds when it comes together in real conversations. I'll walk you through a few different situations. First, a formal professional situation, maybe two colleagues passing each other at work. Good morning. Good morning. How are you today? I'm doing well, thank you. And you? I'm good, thanks. Have a great day. Now let's hear a more neutral, everyday version. Two acquaintances who know each other a little. Hi, Sarah. Hi there. How's it going? Pretty good, thanks. You? Not too bad. Here's a casual one between close friends. Hey man, what's up? Not much. You? Same old. Hey, long time no see. I know, it's been a while. How you been? Good, man. Really good. Now, meeting someone for the very first time, perhaps at a party or a networking event. Hi, I'm Kim. Hi, Kim. I'm David. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. How do you know the host? And finally, running into a friend you haven't seen in a long time. Oh my gosh, hi! Long time no see. I know, right? How have you been? I've been good, honestly. How about you? What have you been up to? Not much, same old. We should catch up properly soon. Notice the pattern in every single one of these. A greeting, a question, a short answer, and very often a you tossed right back. That's the natural rhythm of English conversation, and now you have it in your toolkit. Here's your homework. Pick 3 greetings from today. 1 formal, 1 neutral, and 1 casual, along with a follow-up question for each. Practice saying them out loud, as if you're actually meeting someone. Greetings, questions, answers. That small rhythm is the foundation of real conversation in English. I'm Kim. Thank you so much for being here today. I'll see you in the next episode. Take care of yourself and keep flowing.